Good afternoon, traders. It's Simon at Coast Capital Markets with the weekly review of Ausdollar, Pound Yen, and Eurodollar. So last week we was expecting the DXY to head back up to the 95.5 level, which initially did on Tuesday, Wednesday time. Tuesday side, but then obviously Wednesday it broke up into this range again above 95.5, and you had 2 bearish days to end the week. Now what that's done is on the weekly chart at the moment is just put in a bit of a deceleration candle there at the moment, and you can possibly say, oh, it's respected the 94 and broke back up and we'll be heading back up afterwards. So was this a fake out of the trend line? We don't really know just yet. The way we can tell though would be on the lower time frames, and this is the 1 hour chart. So what I notice here is the 1 hour 50 MA has been tested once, 2, 3 times here, breakdown and retest there. So for me to confirm a bearish trend, it's got to come down below 95.5, below 95.3, then come back up to test it. So I don't think price come down here, for example. Just to give you a clear example, I want break and retest of 95.3 on the 1 hour chart to confirm a bear trend. And if I just zoom out for you, you can see we've got multiple tests of 95.3 using this green line, as you can see all the way through there. So I'm happy to say that if that was the case, then we will be heading downwards. And this 1 hour chart will dictate where this daily and weekly charts goes. If it does break back down below 95.5 on the daily for say Monday or Tuesday, then the daily 50 be chopped over for it now. So I think it'll be ignored. We'll be part of a pattern. So then I'd expect it to move back down to 93 or at least 94 anyway. So how does that look on other pairs? So the Australian dollar, we did say 2 weeks ago not to buy this pair. I did say I didn't like buying it on this candle around here somewhere. I know some people said it's going to break out and stuff, but I just sat in my hands, had a little mini double top pattern. That there just took a lot of people who were short, most likely they were short, and then they got stopped out because it dragged them in, and a lot of people probably bought here thinking it was going to go up, but then they got stopped out as well. So that candle has a lot of whipsawing. And then for the last couple of weeks now, it's broke down quite nicely. Now this is what I think is quite interesting here though. Notice how the volume's picked up, but the candles are getting smaller. So to me, that doesn't show strength. It actually shows weakness in the market. We may get down to the 0.70 area. If I zoom back out now on the daily chart from some time ago, we had that in the past back in 2015. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this actually come down to the 70. But at the same time, I don't feel it be a strong move. I don't think it's going to be a trend continuation. If you come down to the 1 hour chart though, it's just dropped out the sky. Hasn't even tested the 1 hour 50 yet. And if you notice up here, we did highlight September. This was most likely what had happened. When it first happened, we was looking for a sell signal. And like I said, this candle here just whipsawed everyone out. The thing I have noticed as well here would be this is we got this humongous like high volume low test, and then it just broke down with lots of little low volume candles afterwards at the end. So I'm just concerned if you went long now, and I can't go short because we are over 2 weeks into this trend now going down, and for me and my strategy, that isn't what I do. So for me, Aussie dollar, I'm out the picture. However, to give an example, I did think the Aussie was weak this week or just gone, and I actually took a trade off of this candle here for a little 1%. I think I've got the position here for you guys. Hold on, giving you an example what I did. There you go, that's what I took the trade. It broke the 1 hour 50, come back up. I got in a little bit late here actually, in all fairness. I wasn't actually at the computer at the time, unfortunately. So I only got a little 1% trade in here. I would normally got in on this bearish engulfing candle here that closed below the 1 hour 50, but hey, it's the way it sometimes goes. And just to reach the recent lows, just in case. But obviously it carried on dropping down, and you can see now at the bottom, it moved to the bottom there. So that's the trade I did get in, just thinking Australian dollar was weak. So now we're going to move to the euro dollar now and the euro dollar has done a very similar thing obviously to the DXY. It has broken down this area here, and then has actually put a lower low in compared to this one here. However, you could go, but hold on a minute, Simon, we've got this here, we can do that there, and you got 618 pullback. So I can see that as being bullish as well. Forget the day 50 EMA recently, it's done nothing. But if you did took along now, you'd be trading into the 1.157 key daily area, which is absolutely silly to do so. So I'm just going to sit my hands again. Like I said, be careful of the dollar just in case. You know it's going to be a problem. This could then come down to make a double bottom pattern here, so you could come down to 1.14, which is obviously likely there as well. It's still grinding down, but hasn't got the energy it had before. So like I said, I'm just not convinced that the dollar's ready to sell off just yet. I do think it happened across some pairs, but these pairs at the moment, I don't feel them being the greatest in the world to trade, and I'm not going to advise you what I think. Obviously, if it was to go long, this is a downward sloping trend on the 1 hour chart. It clearly has to break and retest. So you've got a break and retest of 1.153, show you that's a strong level. You could possibly get a little mini trade in 20-30 pips that way, but for a swing trader, the risk is too high because of the 1.157 area, and as a swing trader, you won't want to trade through that. And pound yen now for the week. So last week we were. This is the concern. I've changed. This is where a trader changes his mind. I think it'd be bullish. I'm not bullish yet on this pound yen yet, but I do think it could turn bullish, and I'll explain why. So we've had a breakout now of this downward sloping trend line, which looked like it was capping price. We had this high test, which I was concerned about. Had this move up, wasn't the greatest move in the world, and then we got this other bullish engulfing candle here. So for me, that looks bullish, but when you come down to the daily chart, for example, sorry guys, when you come down to the daily chart, I can just quite easily do this, put a little zone in here like that, and just have a box of, it's just a cumulative stage, just collecting buyers and sellers in it is before it moves out. We can see a recent high here as well, around about 149 area, and in the past as well, 149 has actually acted as mini support and resistance. So for me personally, it's moved up, it's in a box again. I'll be looking, like I said, I think it will break out to the upside. However, I'm not going to trade it on a think and a whim. To confirm that, we'll go down to the 4 hour chart for this one. I've got my box of interest. If you remember last week, I had these trend lines in as well, but clearly the trend line has just got messy. It's just chopped around. But 147.28, 147.2 area, that is a key area. It's below it. So if you break down below this box, then it'll come down to 144. If you break out above the box, and the box is at 149.15, this high here, it'll definitely go to 152, I'd say. So if you do get a breakout, it's either one way or the other. It'll be 152 or 144, and I may try to break out, depends how I feel about other bits and bobs as well. But looking at the weekly perspective, I said it's definitely broke this upward slope, the downward sloping trend line, and 152 looks prime because you do have this 1, 2, 3, 4 touch trend line. Moving up to the trend line would also make sense with the 152 area. So just keep an eye on that, and also remember as well, long time ago, 140 is the key level at the bottom. So the fact we're in this little range between 140 and 152, moving back up doesn't actually shock me at all. However, it could break down, have mid double bottom, then break down again. So much things can do in this pair. I'd wait for the breakout of that box to start with on the 4 hour chart. Okay guys, any questions, give us a shout. If not, I'll speak to you soon. Take care.